things aren't done and over, and they're not basic, and they're fabulous. And if you are working towards your first Louis Vuitton piece and you want it to be a never full, I'm right here with you. Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. This is probably going to be, well, it is a chatty video, and it's probably going to be a slightly controversial video, but you know what, I'm okay with that. And it's a video that I just wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about. I haven't scripted this, I never do. I'm just me. I just talk to you from myself and we just have a chat. And I just wanted to talk to you guys today about this because I have spoken about and ranted about this in so many of my videos. And every time that I do, I will get comments about it in the comments down below. But it is about this influencer and blogger, and not even just, lots of people describing Louis Vuitton bags as basic. And I find that offensive. I find it offensive to the brand. I find it offensive to the items. But I also find it offensive to the people that work, like myself, save their own money, work hard for their money, and choose to buy that item as one of their dream items. That choose to put so much money into that piece. And I already can hear myself getting ranty, and I'm going to apologise that for you now. But this is something that I do feel quite passionately about. When I see or hear a video or a post about people saying, oh, but it's basic, or it's this, or it's so common, or it's done. That's another one. They're done. I watched a video once with a YouTuber, an influencer that I used to watch, tell me that my Valentino studs were so over and so done, and I immediately clicked out of the video because I don't live in that very high-end blogger, Instagrammer, influencer life. I don't go to Paris Fashion Week. I don't go to New York Fashion Week. I live a normal life. So those shoes for me, those, what are they, 500 odd pounds shoes for me, are absolutely not done and over because I'm not in that high fashion circle. They may be in that high fashion circle, I don't know. But it's just not nice for people that are working and watching these channels and sometimes looking up to these people that are then sitting and having a conversation and telling you that your hard-earned item is done or over or basic or common or everywhere. It's just not nice and it's just not right. How can items that cost hundreds and hundreds of pounds be just done and over? And okay, they might not be the trendiest item at that time or the thing that you would go out and buy at that time, but who cares? And if they are a luxury item, they are supposed to be made to last. They are supposed to be able to be worn more than one season because they cost that much money. And I just have a real thing. Whenever I first bought my first Louis Vuitton bag, and I've spoken about this before, it was for my 30th. I had set myself a goal in business. I had opened my own business, and it was a huge, huge deal for me to be able to buy myself that bag. It was the Louis Vuitton Neverfull in the GM in the monogram, the one that I've recently semi-retired and replaced with the exact same bag. I bought her in Rome. I've recently found the receipt. She was €550 back then. Imagine, wish we'd bought 3. But this was a huge deal for me. And I had been saving to buy this bag for quite a long time. And because it was my 30th, my then boyfriend, now husband, had said when we were in Rome, he'd taken me to Rome for my birthday, and he'd said, well, I'll buy that for you. And I said, thank you, but I don't want you to buy that for me. This is something that I have done and I have achieved for myself. I want to do this for myself because it means something to me that I have been able to come from where I come from, earn my way and work my way out of there and be able to buy this for myself. And this was huge for me. And for someone to come on that things maybe come too easier and say, well, it's basic, it's done. It's just not, there's no need. There is no way you're saying that complimentary. It's not nice. It's removed from reality. The vast majority of us, I come on here, I'm just me. I'm pretty working class and down to earth. Okay, I've done quite well. I've worked very hard. There's things there that I never thought would have been in my life and sitting in my closet, but they are now, and I'm very blessed for that. But it's came with hard work, and I will never, ever, ever look down on somebody else for their choices or for what's within their affordability or what's within their means at that time to spend on that item, because these are just things. These are just things. And there are a lot more important things in life. And if we are in a privileged position, as I have been myself, to be able to spend that sort of money on handbags, well then I am very, very privileged. And I am never, ever going to turn round and say to someone in a flippant comment on a YouTube video, but it's basic, or it's done, or it's over, because I may hurt that person. And I'm not a huge influencer or a huge YouTuber, but you still have to be responsible for what you're putting out into the world. And for me to sit here and say that something is basic or done or whatever, and someone watching this who may be saving for, working towards, as I was, their first piece, it might be a key clay, it might be a mini pochette, it might be a Louis Vuitton bag. And for someone to sit and say to you that's basic, it's just offensive. And there's just no need. And here I'm going to give you my honest opinion now. Louis Vuitton is a top tier designer house. It can never, ever be basic. These bags, I just replaced that Louis Vuitton Neverfull because I love it that much. Replaced it with the exact same bag, and I think it cost me somewhere around £1,130. How in the world can a handbag, it's a thing, it's a bag that costs over £1,000 be basic? That just makes no sense to me. And that's why I say it's offensive. And it's offensive for the people that are working towards those things and obtaining them and loving them. When I first got that Neverfull, I walked about like I was queen of the world. I thought I was fabulous and I was so proud wearing it on my shoulder. And if somebody had told me then, if someone said to me now it's basic, I'm nearly 40, I have a lot of life experience, I have learnt in my life who I am and what I want to be. And if someone says to me now your bag is basic, I'm going to laugh at them, and it's not going to knock me at all. But if someone had said to my 20-year-old self, or even maybe my 30-year-old self who had just bought that bag, but your bag's basic, that probably at one point in my life would have knocked me and would have taken away from what I had obtained and what I had worked towards and what I had achieved. And I never, ever want to be a person that does that to someone. I have been in a place in my life when I couldn't afford a loaf of bread. And I am certainly not going to sit in this privileged chair with this fancy light and this lovely backdrop and tell you that what you are working towards is basic. It's not basic. It can never be basic. Look at the cost of it. Like this is one of those bags. It's canvas. I love it. I think it's quirky. I like to wear a crossbody. It's very casual. And I think this now is £1,490 sterling. £1,500. £1,500. How can a £1,500 bag be basic? How can what are we on now? The mini pochette, which just happens to be beside me. A pouch. What is that now? £280. How can a £280 pouch? It's a pouch. Be basic. It's top tier designer luxury. Yes, there may be within the Louis Vuitton house the more accessible level, entry level to Louis Vuitton. It's not entry level to normal bags. It's still way, way, way above it. But there may be that more accessible entry level pieces in, say, the key clay, which is, what is it now? I did a video on it. They all went way up in price. But there's some pieces that are are there still pieces 140, 150, 170 pounds that are maybe entry level to the Louis Vuitton house, but they're still very expensive. What they are, it's key holder. It's key holder. And it's, 150 odd pounds, 175 pounds. It's key holder. It's not basic. It's designer. It's top end designer. So it can never be basic. You will. I don't even have to say to you, if I ever become that person that says this, somebody take me out there and slap me, because it's not in me to do it. It is just, I cannot forget who I am to sit here and say to you, Louis Vuitton is basic, or this is done, or this is over. I give you my word, I will never, ever say that to you. There may be bits that come that you fall out of love with, that you don't use as much anymore, that don't work with your lifestyle as much anymore, that you've maybe grown past because you've had for a while, that you're just not reaching for, and that is absolutely fine. I have been there with pieces and let them go. That's absolutely fine. That is you go and you buy what is going to work for you, but it doesn't mean that piece is now done. It maybe just doesn't work for you anymore. It doesn't mean it's done. And I sit here in such a privileged position to have, like, look what's behind us. There's a Louis Vuitton there. The rest of them are Chanel. The Chanel's here. There's Louis Vuitton Capucines. There's a huge investment of money. I use investment loosely. They're not investments, but there's a huge amount of money sitting behind me. So I am in the very privileged position of having quite a decent collection of Chanel bags and the higher end Louis Vuitton bags, and my beloved Louis Vuitton monogram canvas bags. And I sit here and still tell you that I absolutely adore the monogram canvas and the Louis Vuitton Neverfill. The proof is in the pudding. I just replaced the Louis Vuitton Neverfill with the exact same bag, and that is for someone who's lucky enough to sit with these types of prices of bags. So it's not basic. I practice what I preach. I don't think that it is beneath me or basic or something to be moved on from. It is just, it's top tier luxury. This blows my brain. How can that be basic? Yes, the Neverfill may be all over social media. The Pochette Matisse, which is up there, may be all over social media. Maybe the Palm Springs Mini. But it's because they're great bags. If you see them a lot, especially the Neverfill and the Speedy, which is a classic. But the Neverfill, people say, but it's everywhere. It is everywhere, but it's fabulous. Such a usable, easy to use, worthwhile, productive bag. It's a great workhorse, a fabulous workhorse. It's just not basic. And okay, if you live I don't live in a big city. If you live in a big city like New York, say, you probably are going to see it a lot more, and you maybe don't want to be wearing the same thing that everybody is wearing, and that's absolutely, absolutely fine. But it doesn't mean that we have to put down things that other people love and buy and spend their hard-earned money and work towards and feel great about. And I know this has been a complete tangent video. It's been a rant. There's been no structure to it. But I get so many comments about this. I just wanted to come on and chat about it, and chat about how, these things aren't done and over, and they're not basic, and they're fabulous. And if you are working towards your first Louis Vuitton piece and you want it to be a Neverfill, I'm right here with you. Absolutely adore it. You want it to be a key clay, key pouch, you want to be a mini pochette, any of those bits that people now sometimes have these opinions about and call basic. It's absolutely, they're fabulous. They're Louis Vuitton. They're Louis Vuitton. They are one of the top tier designer houses in the world. And if you get to the position that you are fortunate enough and lucky enough to be able to spend the amount of money that you will spend on a Louis Vuitton canvas piece, then congratulations. And I feel genuinely fabulous for you, because that is an achievement, and that is such a great thing. If you're into this type of thing that I appreciate these types of things, that is such a fabulous item to have worked towards and obtained. And don't let anyone burst your bubble. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, that it's not fabulous. Don't let anybody tell you that it is not one of the things that people dream of, because it is. And if you click on a video or you hear a comment that it's basic, or that it is done, or that it is overdone, my advice to you is just click out. Click out and forget you hear it. If you love it, if it makes your heart sing, if you love using it, if you feel good using it, like I trotted about with that Neverfill for years. Just look at me and my bag. I just loved it. I still love it. Still use it every day. But back then, it's probably the only one I had. And if you feel like that, if you love it, love it. Don't let anybody take away from it. Don't let anybody put it down. Don't let anybody tell you that it's not like Chanel, or it's not, I don't have Hermes, but it's not like Hermes. Don't let anybody take away from it. Just love it, own it, wear it with pride, appreciate what you've earned and be able to get. Feel good about it. Just give yourself, you know, hold yourself up. Don't let other people bring you down. And I just wanted to rant about that because don't let anybody take away from it. Just feel great, love it. Top tier house. Many of us, myself included, for many, many, many years could only dream of owning a piece of Louis Vuitton canvas. Many years. I remember first seeing a piece of a girl at university, her mum had it, and just dreaming of it. And that is what you're holding in your hands, not what some other people are trying to put down. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for listening to my rant. This has been interesting for you. Please give it a thumbs up. I hope you're well. I hope that I hope you're doing really good in this crazy lifetime. Please take care. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you again in the next one.